The idea of like your brand being hurt by restreaming is like assuming that everyone's even aware that you're restreaming, but people just don't consume the content that way, right? So when I generally say to restream, my specific suggestion is this. If you are a person with 1 to 3 viewers and you start on one platform and that's all you do, the likelihood of your success is 0. You will not succeed. Hi, I'm new here, and I heard your opinion that Restream.io, and Harris said he thinks that the idea of splitting your stream up into many different brands is desperate and kind of hurts your brand, and people on different platforms won't know what's going on other platforms. Analytically, Restream makes sense. I feel it seems almost unprofessional. Yes, Harris and I disagree on this, but probably I'm right when it comes to this. Because, I mean, I don't know. This is like a really long conversation. But the reasons he's giving, this is, by the way, there's like, the reasons he's giving are not really relevant. So like it definitely like doesn't make you look desperate because this is all of the reasons are defeated by this, okay? Nobody knows that you're restreaming. The only person that is actually knows that you're restreaming is you, or if you say it, because you are, to the person who is consuming you on that platform, you are actually you're being consumed as if I was restreaming right now to 2 other platforms, you would not know. Unless you, I guess, found me on YouTube and Mixer also. But like, what's the likelihood that you're browsing 2 platforms while you're watching streams, right? So the idea of restreaming multiple different platforms is that you have the ability to get discovered on multiple different places versus one place. So if I set up a hot dog stand on one corner of a street, or I set up 4 hot dog stands on 4 corners of streets, I have a higher chance of understanding which one of those hot dog stands is going to get me the most sales. Okay, so it doesn't make you look desperate because nobody knows that you're restreaming, and that's the same problem with people on different platforms. So there's a really classic problem in people that because you need to have a lot of marketing experience to understand this concept. What if I told you that I could post the same piece of content on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook in the same day, and I wouldn't get a single comment of like, oh, repost, right? Why is that? It's because there's a thing called time to action on social media platforms. So Twitter, for example, the time to action is 14 minutes. That means from the time that the post goes up to the engage, right, is 14 minutes. On Instagram, it's 90 minutes. On Facebook, it's 78 minutes. It's going down. And on the highest platform is actually Twitch, 120 minutes, which means that the engagement with that post, if I post that one post at 9:13 in the morning and I post it again at 7:15 p.m. in my Facebook audience, the entire audience will be different. And even the people that see the post again, if there are those people, will just scroll over it and not care. So this idea that you can't post the same content or you can't do syndication is just wrong. You can upload videos from Vimeo, YouTube, Facebook at the same time. You can make a tweet that you also post on LinkedIn that you also post. And like content creators like Gary Vee do this, and they are fine. It's totally okay to do this. It's just, it comes from a lack of understanding of how these social media platforms work. So with restreaming, for example, you're like, it's not the same audience that is going to consume you. The people that are on Mixer are different from the people that are on Twitch. The people that are on Facebook are different from the people that are on Mixer. These are not the same audiences. Like, there is nobody in this chat that is simultaneously right now with like 6 monitors. Like, I've got Mixer on this fucking screen. I'm on Twitch watching Devin Nash. I'm on YouTube watching my favorite YouTube streamer. I'm on Facebook watching this guy, and I'm looking on DLive so I can see when PewDiePie goes live. I've got fucking 8 wires. Like, I've got all this stuff. Like, I've got like this command center. Like, I'm looking at Devin Nash tweets. I'm waiting for the Facebook post over there. I've got the Instagram, so when he reposts after 8 months, I'm ready to consume that content. Like, nobody consumes you that way, right? This is not how people work. You have to understand how people use the products, right? So often in content creation and marketing, we have people that just don't understand how people use these products. And this is why, by the way, I actually am on the floor of this. This is why I do this, is because I understand exactly how people consume these products. No one uses Instagram and is waiting for their favorite content creator to upload something. The way you use Instagram is it's 12:30 at night, you're in bed, you wish you were sleeping, you turn on Instagram to go look at something to waste a little bit more time before you fall asleep, and you go look at posts, right? That's how you consume Instagram. Nobody consumes Twitter by going through every person's like thing and being like, oh, like this is what this person said, right? Every single person consumes Twitter by using the same thing. You wake up in the morning and you're like, fuck, I gotta go to work, but I can probably wait 5 minutes to waste some more time and consume Twitter, and you might see something that is served to you, right? So this is why things like algorithmic responses and the way that that these platforms serve is way more important than anything like any kind of like syndication problem or anything like that. All these syndication problems about restreaming don't exist. The whole idea that it like hurts your brand, what brand? You're literally streaming to 1 to 5 people if you're lucky. You have no brand. Your only interest is discoverability. Brand means that you have something that you are known for. My brand is that I am the best industry commentator on Twitch. Okay, right? Like that's my brand. Before that, for 8 years, I didn't have a brand. You couldn't know me for anything, right? Or you would know me as some different things. So like sometimes I would be, I was like the esports CEO, and that's kind of like my brand. And like before that, it was like I'm like an authority on jungle stuff. If you have 3 viewers, you don't have a brand, and you're not trying to build a brand. That's a huge mistake that people make, I think. Like you're trying to get discovered through any means possible. And your only interest in getting discovered is trying to put yourself out on as many platforms as possible, preferably evergreen platforms. And that's why I support restreaming. And also why I think that being an affiliate is a waste of time for the same reason. 3 viewers means no brand. Yeah, of course it means no brand. Unless those 3 viewers, I mean, a brand is something that people know you for that can differentiate you from something else, right? You're the world's best sealed Magic player, or you're the guy that can do... that can chug 5 Cokes, 5 1-liter Cokes in a row, or you're like, your CEO Andy, or you're like if you look at any successful person that's a content creator or an influencer, I can point you to like 2 or 3 things that they do, right? Like, and that they're known for. Anybody. XQC is known for his like silly little accent and his like crazy outbursts, right? Lily Pichu is known for her artistry and her piano playing. Pokey is known for her Pokey's like another different thing. She's like a whole brand in of herself, right? Shroud is known for being the best FPS player that literally escaped Area 51. Was developed by the government for the sole purpose of being good at FPS games. So yeah, that's a sort of like, I would say, understanding what a brand really is. And I think that the idea that restreaming is bad comes from just a fundamental misunderstanding of like how people consume content, which is easy to do, right? If you're not, honestly, this is not something I would know if I wasn't like, if I wasn't a CMO, like if I wasn't actually running campaigns where I could look at consumer behavior and I could see how people consume platforms, because it's really weird how executives and marketers think about this stuff. I talk to them all the time, like, right? Like I'm constantly in meetings with executives that think this way, and they're like, well, like we should post a tweet that says that's like, I really love this phone. It's great. This phone is awesome. Hashtag ad, and our people will like that tweet. And it's like, okay, but that's not authentically how anybody engages with, right? Like that's not how human beings actually talk. All of social media is meant to be a mirror of how you and I speak. So if I come up to you in the street and I be like, hey, how's it going? And they're like, hey, man, and it's like, how's the weather? It's kind of raining today, right? Like social media is meant to mirror that experience as much as possible. So if I walk up to you in the street and I'm like, hey, just got a new phone, hashtag ad, it's really good. It's got 355 gigapixels. You can pick one up at www.best. Like everyone's gonna be like, the fuck? Like what? Like that feels really inauthentic, right? And it feels that way on social media because this is how we interact. So a much more authentic way to interact on social media is something like, guys, like I literally I've been looking for a new phone for like ever, right? Like I'll just tell like, okay, dude, I literally had a Pixel 1 for 4 years, right? And back in the day, I had a Note phone that I really loved because I really loved this like little pen feature, and I love the ability to take notes on things, right? So I think it's really cool that like I sometimes I hang out with kids, like my family's kids. and I can they can draw on it, have a lot of fun, or I can take notes in a meeting, look super professional because I can be in a meeting and I'm taking notes on my phone, and really I'm just drawing a dick or something, but they think I'm really listening, and it's amazing. So they really appreciate me for that. So this is actually a really big upgrade in my workflow. Was this Note 10, and I really like it. Right, that's an example of an authentic ad. This is a true story of something that I actually did, but in a way that we tell stories, right? We tell a lot of stories about what we buy and what we like based on how we interact with the world, and that's what social media should mirror. The problem is that people think that we use these platforms in incredibly inauthentic ways or just wrong ways, right? The idea of your brand being hurt by restreaming is assuming that everyone's even aware that you're restreaming, but people just don't consume the content that way, right? So when I generally say to restream, my specific suggestion is this: if you are a person with 1 to 3 viewers and you start on one platform and that's all you do, the likelihood of your success is 0. You will not succeed. And I mean, not you have a chance to succeed, not, oh, you're going to be the next ninja, maybe, or you're the one guy that will get through. You will not succeed. You will not succeed. None of you will, right? If you start streaming on one platform and do nothing else. So when I say this, what I'm saying is, I think that you should really think about, how do I syndicate my content to the most amount of places possible so that I can possibly maximize, because what would happen if you started streaming on Twitch and then all along you could have been a 4,000 or 5,000 Facebook streamer person, but you'll never know because you didn't give it that opportunity. Right, and you have a unique ability to do this when you're before you're an affiliate,